Hello, it's Monday and it's the 2nd of May 2022, and this is Simon Says Sci-Fi for the legend that is the Traveling TARDIS. And this month I've chosen something a bit reflective. I've been sort of mulling all sorts of things over. Certain things have happened recently. I've been talking to friends and they have said if they had taken a certain path, things would be different. And I've been saying, well, if I hadn't taken this route, what would have happened? And I was just thinking about all sorts of things. First of all, my printer at home had a blip. There was a mini power cut, and the poor thing didn't work properly, and it was as if it had a stroke. I sort of rebooted it, and nothing happened. And I found that I just had to leave it for 2 days, and then suddenly it was working properly again. It reminded me of a time when I first worked in the civil service, and this was many, many, many years ago, and long before we had laptops at our desk. And there was a sort of, they referred to it as a computer, but really it was an Olivetti typewriter, as if it were. But you typed in what you wanted, then you pressed a button, and then it printed everything that you typed. And it had these reams and reams of paper that were all attached to each other, and it had the little dotted lines that you could tear the paper off. I can't remember what it was called now, but it was on like a roller. And I found quite regularly, if I walked past this printing machine, I'd get a static shock. And as I did that, then the roll of paper would whiz, 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 whiz. But having slapped me on the wrist every time it happened, they would all agree that for some reason, the Olivetti typing machine worked better after it had a zap. And today, if there's something wrong with your laptop or whatever, or even your mobile phone, you reboot it. And it has made me wonder whether that's a bit like life. Does life have to sort of reboot itself? Is life really just a string of accidents or hiccups or blips? And it reminded me of the story of Jean-Baptiste Joly, who some of you will know had a very clumsy maid, and I think it was around 1825. His maid knocked over a lamp, and the turpentine that was in it went over a dirty rag, and Joly found that once the turpentine had dried away, the dirty patches on the rag had disappeared, and there we have the invention of dry cleaning. Now, I don't know if anybody else on the planet was out looking for some form of dry cleaning, but Jean-Baptiste Joly found it by accident. And then I thought to myself, what is that with Mother Nature? Have things developed because a genome was slightly distorted when something was born or regrew? And it does sort of not puzzle me, but I just wonder. And after all, there's a Doctor Who story, isn't it, called Turn Left? And basically the story is what would have happened if you turned right or gone straight on, but not turned left. And I often think to myself, well, not often, but I do think to myself, as you know, those of you who read my books, My Dalek is a Puncture, in 2009, which is quite some time ago now, I was beaten up quite seriously, and it took me quite some time to recover. So because of that, I wasn't in Panto in 2009, but that made me available for the audition for Doctor Who to play Dora Bolivar. And then having got that role, my life changed considerably. And from Doctor Who, I found I was asked to take part in Getting On, and from Getting On I was offered a role in Puppy Love, and from Puppy Love I was offered a role in Doctors, and above all, excuse me, I need to take a quick swig. quick swig of the gin there. Otherwise, Mother Nature's telling me not to give away her secrets, I think. So all sorts of things happen, and I've travelled the world, and I've had a wonderful time. And to be honest, it's made me really think that people moan a lot about their lives, and some of them are genuinely unhappy with it. And I do appreciate if you're not in a position to change it, you have to sort of lump it. But above all, I say to anyone, grab whatever wonderful opportunities come on, enjoy them to the best that you can, but then accept things when you have made an error. Take responsibility for your mistakes. Well, I hope that wasn't too garbled for you, and I'll get another one to you in a few weeks' time. So until then, I'll say, enjoy life. Toodle pip.